We all know the benefits of drinking water and keeping the body hydrated. Drinking alkaline water helps improve the blood's viscosity, which in turn helps the blood flow more efficiently through the body. DK Spring Water is alkaline water. DK Spring Water, bottled at the head of the springs in pristine Buff Bay, Portland. Available in 280 milliliters, 500 milliliters, 1.5 liter and 5-gallon bottles. Call 627-9114 to order yours today. DK Spring Water. Taste it, know it, love it.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Open Gate Show for Saturday, February 25. To make a difference in someone's life, if you're perfect, brilliant, beautiful, rich or poor, all you have to do is show some care. Humans are humans, and we all have feelings. And we need respect. We need support to be buoyant in this life. Seemingly, no one cares for another these days. So much lies, generalship, envy, mistrust, while an innocent person bears the pain to survive, especially in our local horse racing. It burns me to the heart to try to make ends meet when you have people around you that are either holding back or it's hard to say what they think. When I see someone in a bushy area in Jamaica behaving like William Tell by putting a bottle on someone's head, and that person's head who has the bottle, his arms are outstretched with two other bottles, and someone is taking target practice, and it is videoed, and there is big laughter. I'm taken aback because these people of late, not only Jamaica, all over, they ain't ordinary. And where we go from here, I don't know. Let's get to horse racing. The approximate post time is 11:45 a.m. 10 races. First race is named after Carlton Watson, champion owner for 2022. Carlton Watson of Cal's fame has invested millions into our local horse racing, and he really deserves champion owner and deserves all the successes that he has been having. Philanthropist, a man who has sponsored quite a number of race meets in trying to make the sport what it should be. The Open Gate Show applaud Carlton Watson. First race, 5 furlongs, 100 meters, 1,000 meters, round 7 declared. Number 1, Code of Conduct. Her last 2 starts, her odds shows she wasn't focused. Did broke her maiden in good fashion on the 15th of January, going this very journey of 5 furlongs round with this jockey Christopher Mundine. Went to the front and pulled away to him by 4 3/4 lengths, beating Risky Bid and Adenosine. We'll have to perform better than that to win from this inside draw. Number 2, Unruly Dude rather, makes his seasonal debut, working well for this. On Saturday, the 18th of February, skipped 4 furlongs, 48 2/5, looking quite fluent. Had competed with far better than these, so there ain't any reason for this colt not for anyone to fear this Unruly Dude. Number 3, Gracefully Made, has speed and got back to form since the start of the season. Gets the return of Blinkers as well as Anthony Thomas and should be part of the top three. Number 5, Star McCom, was only 2 lengths behind Ultimate Machine at this very distance of 1,000 meters round on the 17th of October. 55 kilos, was up with the lead and stayed on to be 2 3/4 lengths second to Ultimate Machine then. Star McCom should have a say in the top 4 if focused. Number 7, Wotastic, gets something over her eyes for the first time in 15 career starts. She has an eye issue and well drawn, and I'm expecting a good show from this outside draw. The last time this horse raced was on the 11th of February when 5.5 furlongs round and showed some form by finishing 5th, 3 3/4 lengths to Rambling Rose, Runaway Icon, and Gracefully Made, who is here once again. We'll be more focused for this. I'm selecting though number 2, Unruly Dude, from number 7, Wotastic, number 3, Gracefully Made. Second race goes 1,100 meters over 5.5 furlongs. 6 declared is for children up. It's a claiming race, $800 to $1 million. This race is named for the champion groom 2022, Adrian Taylor. Some groom works very hard, harder than some. It's hard for me to comment on certain things. The Open Gate Show, though, applaud Adrian Taylor, the champion groom for 2022. Number 2, Run With Me, doing well in the new season so far. Super fit and gets the visor, which he never performed well in the 2 times that he raced with that equipment. However, it's likely not to make a difference. Number 3, Baton Rouge, makes his seasonal debut and is back in for a claim. He should be able to duplicate that run on the 5th of November, going this distance as tomorrow at 37 to 1, finish second, 3 3/4 lengths. The God of Love, I say no more. Trainer Philip Elliott, a former jockey, a good horseman, and works very, very hard, should be able to have this horse in tip-top shape for his son, Andre Elliott, who owns. Number 4, Lightning McQueen, should find a few better than he at present tomorrow. Number 5, Mr. Mandate, interesting comments by the Track and Pool preview. Personally, as fit as hands can make him, can get the job done on his seasonal debut. That's what he says. Well, unless he sees that horse working or knows something different, but from what the Track and Pool is saying about his workout, I can't see why he's saying that. But he may know more than Mr. I. So, he says what he said. Number 6, Dan Street, has more to find now, back up higher in the claim. Number 3 for me, Baton Rouge. Number 2, Run With Me. Number 5, Mr. Mandate. Third race, 6 declared again, 5 for straight or 1,000 meters straight. It's named in honor of the Champion Apprentice 2022 that's using Pinnock, talented kid who needs to be more focused for his true colors to be seen. Number 1, John Wheeler, last one at this distance out the straight, and that's the last time this horse ran on the 19th of November. 1 by a length and a half, beating Scooby and Power of Fate. Number 2, Regnant, performed well against some of the top horses at Caymanas Park, where he showed much speed amongst them. And worked in the dark on February 13th, and it's very, very light. Surprisingly, though, he's in for a claim of $750,000. So it's likely that all is not well with he. Number 3, the Minuteman closed well and last out this course and distance on the 18th of February at 39-1 with Roger Hewitt, who is off this horse and is riding number 5, Costa here. Devin Foster gets the call. Milkman came 2.5 lengths close to Denby Life, another who is here also. Has a lot to find to win, but can be in the lower segment of your exacta or trifecta. Number 4, Stranger Danger, showed he ain't any stranger to win more races. And his trainer, Fitzgerald Richards, must be applauded for how he retransformed this horse. This trainer has done extremely well with horses who are considered going down the hill. Patriarch and God of Love are just two that I can mention now. Good race this between number 2, Regnant, and number 4, Stranger Danger. I'm giving the edge to the younger Regnant over number 4, Stranger Danger. Anything, it can go either way. Number 3, Milkman, could close for the lower placing on the board. Race 4, naming honor to champion trainer of 2022, Jason Acosta. The Open Gate Show again. Applaud this young man. And his second stint here, well, the second year he's training horses in Jamaica, won the championship very, very easily. And I should applaud Team Acosta, who is continuing to be a great competitor as his dad, the late Wayne Acosta. 5 furlong straight, 7 declared for this. It's a restricted allowance 3. It's for native bred 4-year-olds and up who has only won 3 races, and imported 4-year-olds and up was only won twice. Number 1, Slammer, making his belated 2023 debut, coming off some issues. Paperlight and worked well on Saturday, 18th of February, galloped out the straight out the gate rather. First 4 and 46 flat, and ended up 1 minute flat for 5 furlongs. Number 3, Thalos, Speed Assault, who has to be a bit better than that January 15 run. When out the straight, took up the lead, approaching the 2 furlong marker, and flattened a bit to be third, 3 3/4 lengths behind Yellowstone. Champion Bubbler was here. And he has Trevor Simpson, and we'll be getting all there is to improve, of which you only need to be sound to have a say in this. Fernando Geddes, another good horseman, as well as a good trainer. Number 4, Champion Bubbler, raced only 3 times due to, well, it's obvious, having some issues or issue. I've never seen her so focused as how she showed this week. She only needs to break even a bit better than last from the gate to deal with these. Number 5, Luxor, could close for minor spot. Number 6, KP Choice, I love the straight. Number 4, Champion Bubbler from number 3, Thalos. Number 1, Slammer. The Open Gate Show takes a break, and then we'll get to race 5.
We all know the benefits of drinking water and keeping the body hydrated. Drinking alkaline water helps improve the blood's viscosity, which in turn helps the blood flow more efficiently through the body. DK Spring Water is alkaline water. DK Spring Water, bottled at the head of the springs in pristine Buff Bay, Portland. Available in 280 milliliters, 500 milliliters, 1.5 liter and 5-gallon bottles. Call 627-9114 to order yours today. DK Spring Water. Taste it, know it, love it.
Race 5 goes a mile or 1,600 meters, 8 declared, named in honor of the 2022 Horse of the Year, Atomica. Congratulations to the connections of Atomica. I hereby give shout-outs to Jackie Longot of Salt River District, Daniel Inchi Harvey in Canada, Trainer Dwight Chin, Marby Bay, one of the original Open Grade Show fan from St. Anne's Bay, Team DK Water, Peter Level, who's another Open Gate Show based fan who's residing in New York at present. 8 declared for this. Number 1, Manashe, a debutant, born the 18th of April, a grey coat by Spieth, out of Regency by legal process. Richard Zan and Milady Zan, oldest one, Richard Zan trained, Everglade Farms Limited. Bred the horse. Timothy Thomas, the groom, then Dawkins will ride. Been around for a while. Not all that impressive to me as yet, unless he's one who performs only in a race and not at exercise. We have horses that are like that. Working okay, as I say, but nothing really that would give me an impression that he can win this race, but I think he will hit the board. Number 4, Modern Miracle, small comfort colt who seemingly didn't like the equipment change last time, the 28th of January, going a mile when he had tongue tie along with Lasix and the figure 8. Figure 8 was on for the first time, finished 4th, 12 and 3/4 lengths. The big guy in the sky, Rhythm Buzz, who is here again, and Wayne Princess. The figure 8 is off and the visor is back on, so I'm expecting Northern Miracle to run his usually honest race and get a part of the top 3 placings here. Number 5, Rhythm Buzz, was in front of number 4, Modern Miracle, and number 6 at this distance on the 28th of January, way ahead of them. Can't see them making that needed improvement to overpower him, and I think Rhythm Buzz will do well. The Open Gate Show wishes trainer, breeder, owner Vincent Atkinson all the best for this racing season. Another person who has contributed a lot to our local horse racing and is an executive member of the United Racehorse Trainers Association. Number 6, Wayne Princess could get a place in. So too number 8, Savvy Girl, small filly who stretches out to a mile. Number 5, Rhythm Buzz. And number 8, for second, Savvy Girl. Number 4, Modern Miracle, stablemate of Savvy Girl. Number 6, Wayne Princess. And number 1, Manoshi, should fight out for the minor placings. The Open Gate Show gets to announce the passing of former top racehorse, Seeking My Dreams, who passed away last week. He was shaping to be a decent stallion and has a few 2-year-olds in training as well as yearling on the ground. James Chen was the owner of this horse and was doing very well, and Seeking My Dreams was being looked at by a lot of breeders to have their mares going to him this season. Such is life. Well, this is race 6, going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs, 9 declared. So restricted allowed 3 for native bred 5-year-olds and up, who has only won 3 races. And imported 5-year-olds and up, who has only won twice. Number 1, Little Groovy Thing, have been grooving of late, up in grade, but if she is held off the pace for this, she could come home and learn and earn a part of this high five. There are only 2 high fives on this 10 race card. Can you believe it? And I'm doubtful that maybe there's only a few superfectas too. Most of the races will have trifectas. Number 2, Magical Mood, she has speed, but all in same is her issue. Number 3, Snowflakes, the other speed here, which could nullify each other. I'm talking about with Magical Mood, their comfortability in trying to relax for saving something for the last part of the distance. Number 1, Ion the Lynx, a good break and free passage could get her a top 3 slot. Number 6 is Colin Slides. Don't underestimate this horse getting a top four placing. Number 8, Vanquisher, well drawn and looked at danger, a very dangerous contender against these, even with her usual equipment of the tongue tie and the figure 8. His owner will be getting his trainer's license very soon. So let's see what will happen with Vanquisher tomorrow. Number 9, Regal and Royal, consistent sort who has nothing to complain about here. First of the only 2 for I5 races, I should remind you. I'm selecting number 8, regardless of the equipment's his favorite equipment's off. That's Vanquisher. Number 9, Royal and Regal. Number 4, and the Lynx. Number 2, Magical Mood. Number 6, Curling Flight. Maybe will so much speed could run on to pass number 3, Snowflakes. 7th race, the Miracle Man Cup. Miracle Man, one of Jamaica's best horse. He went to the Caribbean Classics and was the only horse to win, Jamaican horse to have run in the Caribbean Classics and won well. 6 declared for this race, 1,900 meters or 9.5 furlongs. Our present handicapping system remains very weird, even though this ain't, well, I don't know what to say. So many overweights, because there's no rider that is able to ride at these lower weights. I always say, in the winter, we have a lot of jockeys, Jamaican jockeys, returning to Jamaica to winter, but they refuse to ride because it makes no sense sweating to lose so many pounds. And when you get 3 or 4 rides, maybe at the end of the race beat, you're so weak. I always propose that the weight should be elevated, unlike in the States, where you have 126, 120, 121, 119. That way, a Dane Nelson, a Simon Osborne, and the likes can ride 7 races on a race day without having to sweat and dehydrate themselves and get weak. And at the end of the race meet, they're tired and weary and fatigued. Common sense. But that's lacking at Caymanas Park. It's all about the tote and how much money comes in the pool from the various angles. Number 1, Miniature Man. He won when going 2 turns on December the 3rd. That's the last time he won, and that's 2 turns. Number 2, Sweet Majesty, super fit mare who looked a picture in the mornings, has to find more though in order to win this. Number 3, Lord of Lucy, paper light and low speed makes a potent combination for running all the way in front in pole-to-pole fashion. Stablemate number 4, King Arthur, looking to being back to his competitive self. In my opinion, when I see this horse, little before he raced on last, that was on the 4th of February, where he ran evenly at 6.5 furlongs, finished fifth, 7 lengths behind Mahogany, Stalemate, She's My Destiny, and Duke. Will be more focused now than then. Number 5, Positive ID, very consistent and fit horse, which much credit is to be given to trainer Mike Marlowe and the groom, Robert Wedderburn. Number 6, Calculus, former top contender who makes his seasonal debut. I noticed he has been intensively trained with a 3 and 4 day word gap, and that suggests he has overcome some or most of what was affecting him. Well, we'll see tomorrow. Number 4, King Arthur. Number 3, Lord Lucy. Number 6, Calculus. One of those three should win. Number 2, Sweet Majesty. Number 5, Positive ID, should fight for the minor placing. The penultimate race, race 8, named in honor of Ham Stables, the champion breeder of 2022. And Ham Stables has run up a sequence of wins and is the leading farm heralded by the great Philip Fiani OD. 8 declared for this. It's a restricted allowance 5 for race for native at 5 and up who has only won once, and imported 5 and up who remains a maiden. 5 furlong straight or 1,000 meters straight. Number 1, Sensational Storm, again drawn on the inner, played with issues and was outclassed on the 11th of February with 5.5 furlongs. As the even money favorite, ended up 4 lengths behind Dancing with the Breeze, Tiger Rell, who is here again, and Hope and Perseverance. Should perform better, even though up against much better company than he has ever met. Number 2, JB Flyer, has allowed number 5, Tiger Rell, 9 kilos and bettered that one on the 20th of August last season, going 4.5 furlongs. JB Flyer had 57 kilos. Tiger Bell had 48. Number 4, Nothing But Trouble, the class horse here, and gets Trevor Simpson. The splits he ran in all 6 career starts is much, much faster than any where these horses, the other 7 horses in this race, ever ran in. Number 5, Tiger Bella, was in front of number 1, Sensational Storm, the last twice they met. Won at this course and distance recently, beating Sensational Storm on the 14th of January. Number 6, China Music, back to her preferred route. Number 7, Queen's Anne, another with speed, but in the latter part of last season, wasn't doing much. Let's see where she's at for this season, her first run. Number 8, Jackson, coming off a brief respite, having credentials to have a say in the top 4 or 5. Sentiments, number 1, Sensational Storm. Number 4, Nothing But Trouble. Number 6, China Music. Number 8, Jackson. Number 7, Queen's Son. Final race, name and honor of the champion jockey for 2022, Dane Dawkins. Quiet young man, good rider, had a stint in Canada, and returned looking improved. He deservedly gets his first jockey's title, and I guess he'll try to defend same this season. Not going to be so easy though. Tevin Foster is riding brilliantly. Anyway, this race goes 6.5 furlongs or 1,300 meters, 8 declared. Number 1, Mikey C, flattered on the 29th of January by closing fast to be third, a length behind Hunza and company, and deceived next out on the 11th of February, finishing third, 10.5 lengths behind Jupiter Man, Blue Persuasion, who is here again. I thought his odds would have been shorter the last time he ran. So on that point, I'm not too keen on him winning this race, even though getting first time blinkers on. Who knows? Maybe that's what he needs. Anyway, number two just moved in, goes on the curve this race with first time figure eight. Looked okay. Sunday the 19th of February, riding 7 furlongs and 141 and 4/5. So that shows she is physically okay. Number three, Empress Michaela, fussy sort who needs to settle down more. Could have done a bit better on last if wasn't impeded in the earlies. Saw her this week and she looked a bit freckled. And I'm thinking that she will run an improved race, even though this is 6.5 furlongs and not 5 furlongs straight. Number four, Salud has been showing good dash on the exercise track last season for quite a while, but has not shown anything to complement that. So far this season has been training very lightly, and maybe that's what is needed. We'll see. Number eight, Blue Persuasion, interfered with last out on the 11th of February with 7 furlongs with Trevor Simpson and lost only by a length and 3/4, beating Superman was in front, had Mickey Fee 8 3/4 lengths behind. Should make amends now. Number eight, Blue Persuasion. Number three, Empress Nikela. Number two, Just Move In. The top four. Number four, Salud could upset number one, Mickey C. I mentioned that was the final race, but due to circumstances, I make a mistake. I'm human, don't it? Race 10. Name in honor of Mahogany, first runner-up in the Horse of the Year title, along with Excessive Force. I won't comment on the Horse of the Year winner or the runner-ups. That is already made and is gone. 12 declared for this 1,100 meters or 5.5 furlongs for 3,000 up. Optional claiming 300 to 400,000. And the native at 6,000 up who hasn't won 4 races, as well as imported 6,000 up who was only won twice. All are eligible for this event. Number one, Solid Approach. Former top class overnight allowance campaigner who seems to be a begging to be claimed. Facing his easiest task ever. And that last race on the 15th of January, going 5 furlongs straight, when she finished fifth, 5.5 lengths behind Stranger Danger and Lightning McQueen and company. Comparing with these now, it could be a joke. And who to win, she has nothing to complain about. I'm doubtful about her anyway, well, by the way. Number two, Ultimatum worked well in blinkers on the 10th of February. Started out beautifully, 6 furlongs 123 and a fifth, and came back on Thursday, the 16th of February. Galloped 3 furlongs, very, very easy in 37 and 2/5. Number three, Vampire Rejection. His recent display says plenty. That was the last time he ran on the 11th of February, going 6 furlongs, finished 11 3/4 in third place behind Dodge's Link and Action Run. Trevor Simpson, he now has the ride. Number four, Kyle took a while to start after that win last season on the 17th of December, going 7 furlongs. Beating a suspect field, can get an exotic spot at the distance, even though looking short, could close with Andrew Martin to get into part of your exotics. Number five, 777, unreliable. Number eight, Wife Says So, consistent against weaker, but has to be considered for a low order in your exotics. Number 9, Ashes Soup, reclaimed by the connections who had her doing well. That race was on the 27th of December, going 7 furlongs, when looking very challenging, turning for home and stayed on to lose in a head bob to Wowzer. Bin Laden was 5 lengths away, was claimed from that race, and that was run on the 28th of January, finished very bad in that $550,000 race, and it was claimed back. So apparently these connections knows a bit about her. Dane Dawkins gets the call. He was aboard her, and that head bob finished against Wowzer. Number 10, XY Soul, could play a part. Number 12, Buzz Assault, will show his usual dash. Number 11, Just Illusion. Another unreliable sort, but is a slick customer. My selection for this race: number 3, Vampire Rejection. Number 8, Wifey Says So. Number 9, Acid Soup. Number 10, XY Soul. Number 12, Ultimatum. I should select number 1, Solid Approach, because she will never get it any easier. But you can select her. But I have to give her respect, but I prefer others. Take care. Have fun. Good luck. Join me tomorrow afternoon when I try to help you making your selections for the race meet on Sunday, February 26th.